Good afternoon, paranerds. I hope your day is going absolutely splendidly. Today we are doing a test video of sorts. I have downloaded a new software for editing on my phone, and I figured, why not? Let's give it a test by doing 2-sentence short horror stories. And I'm also toying around with the idea of creating a character. I call him the Mortician. That's kind of why I'm doing this strange voice. I'm toying around with some voices for the Mortician, so you will be seeing some probably more short sentence stories. Just to kind of test out the voice, see how I feel about it, see what your reactions are. But I truly, truly hope you enjoy these. I found some good ones, some creepy ones, and some gross ones. So please, sit back and let the Mortician begin.
I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." That came from just another muffled VO. The doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared him for the moments, though, when he felt cold fingers brush across his phantom hands. That story came from Gaggy, Gagege. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. That comes from Graboid27. I love that name, by the way. Don't be scared of the monsters. Just look for them. Look to your left. Look to your right. Under your bed, behind your dresser, in your closet. But never look up. She hates being seen. That comes from Anarchist Waffles. I woke up to hear knocking on glass. At first, I thought it was the window, until I heard it come from the mirror again. That comes from the Real Hat Man. They celebrated the first successful cryogenic freezing. He had no way of letting them know he was still conscious. That comes from Knows Gooder Than You. She wondered why she was casting two shadows. After all, there was only a single light bulb. That comes from Pagan91. It sat on my shelf with thoughtless porcelain eyes and the prettiest pink doll dress I could find. Why did she have to be born still? That come from Horses Everywhere. The grinning face stared at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor. That comes from Bench Reflection. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. That comes from Guz to Luz. Working the night shift alone tonight. There is a face in the cellar staring at the security camera. That comes from HCTET. They delivered the mannequins in bubble wrap. From the main room, I begin to hear popping. That comes from Mike 75. 5. You wake up. She doesn't. Tusked Lemon brought us that story. She asked why I was breathing so heavily. I wasn't. That comes from calamitosity. On to the next page. You get home tired after a long day's work and ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there. That comes from Madam. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. That comes from Scuppy. You start to drift off into a comfortable sleep when you hear your name being whispered. You live alone. That comes from anonymous_ABC. I needed to quickly run an SQL command to update a single row in an Oracle DB tablet at work. To my horror, it came back with negative 2,378,231 rows effective. That's pretty funny. That comes from Way Safe. You're lying in bed with your feet dangling out of the covers. You feel a hand grab your feet. That comes from Jesus Mendez. The funeral attendees never came out of the catacombs. Something locked the crypt door from the inside. That comes from TLFMOD. My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in our house. She was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago. That comes from the D_string. And our final story for today. The officer finally got back to me. The call was coming from inside the house. That comes from Anonymous. I really hope you have enjoyed these stories. If you have, then be prepared for more to come. This is a test of the Mortician's voice. The next video will have a different voice. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And be on the lookout, for the Paranerd has much more in store for you.